Good evening. I'm the head of the Committee of the Public Relations, and it's my job to kind of tell the story of how things happen here. Jim's done a pretty good job of emphasizing how the history of this all came together, and I guess it's not to take any shining light off of the amount of time that it took to build the foundation which LARA launched off of. That was eminent, and that was very important to it being done. So kind of tonight is the introduction of the story, and it's my job of our committee, the Public Relations Committee, to continue telling that story as it goes along. Our marketing mission in our image campaign, when we're talking about LARA itself, was kind of threefold, really. We had a marketing and an image campaign for LARA. We also had a marketing campaign for the Jack Jones Complex, as well as the Stoneboro Skate Park. So we're kind of three things wrapped into one. But ideally, the underlying issue or the underlying tone of the Lakeview Area Recreation Association was that we were in the business, so to speak, of building dreams one piece at a time. And that was kind of vital in how we approached what we did. And it was by kind of the basis or the slogan by which we founded and did everything within LARA, both internally and externally. Internally, as you look at all the committee heads here tonight, you'll see how within each committee head, how they interlock with every other committee, how fundraising depends on public relations, how public relations depends on corporate donations, so on and so forth, and it all works together, and both externally as well. Jim spoke of the philosophy of we tonight, and it is kind of commonplace for us to, as we drive by the fields up there, first off, not to happen to think about the Field of Dreams movie. I mean, that's kind of the first thing. You know, this has been a dream of this community for a long time. But it's to look and say, hey, wonder when they are going to do something up there, or hey, wonder when they are going to get started, or wonder when, so on and so forth, fill in the blank. But it is vital to us to create that we philosophy. I've seen a couple of great examples of we. I had the privilege and the opportunity to be involved in 2 extreme makeover builds. If you're familiar with the TV show, they built a home in Youngstown, Ohio, which was featured on the TV show Extreme Makeover. As well as the second build was a Christian organization that built a community outreach program in the same area. They built a building that was about the size of, about 3 times the size of the McQuiston Center, something located here in our center, and that build took 7 days. We saw we. We was businesses coming out, community rallying behind, family, but most importantly in the we issue was you. Without you, this is not going to happen, because you, as you can see in our logo, holds all the other things together, and they're interconnected, and they're vital to each other. As the Public Relations Committee, as I said, we're going to start telling the story as it happens now, and where it goes from here. You're going to actually live the story, and it's our job to get the word out to the public, make them aware of what's going on. But just as in any story, tonight you're going to kind of get where we are now. This is where you are, right here. It's kind of the roadmap to the finish of this thing. Each committee head's going to come up here and talk about their element, their piece of the puzzle, and how it fits together and where we're at with that. And we got some great exciting news that's going to happen tonight. It's going to be delivered tonight from every committee head. So it's our time to kind of bring it to you and say, listen, this is where we're starting. The story didn't start here. We know that it started back in 1985, but the chapter that we're writing starts here tonight. Just as, like we talked at the Field of Dreams, and Iowa farmer Ray Kinsella, who hears a voice from the cornfield that says, if you build it, they will come. He begins to build a baseball field on his farm, and often appears the baseball player, Shoeless Joe Jackson, and 7 other Chicago White Sox from the 1919 World Series. Our philosophy here is, if we start to build it, you will come. So we're looking for the you in that whole puzzle, because we're going to put this thing together. We seek to keep you informed from the beginning to the end of this whole thing. It's our job, as our committee roles and responsibilities is to make you aware and informed of all the project updates as to what's going on. Jim talked a little bit about some of the things and how we do that. Maintaining a positive image for the association and its projects. Keeping up to date current status of what's going on, where your funds are being allocated, how the progress is progressing out at the different projects, both at the Stoneboro Skate Park and at the Jack Jones Complex, and keeping the community involved and interested. This project has spanned from 1985 till now, so you guys are the dedicated ones who are here tonight interested in where we go next. It's our job to reignite that flame in the community, and I shouldn't say community, I should say communities, because there's a lot of communities involved in this project. And in that journey, we've begun to develop certain things that help us facilitate getting the news out to you. First and foremost is our interactive website, which Jim talked about. We're going to have a full interactive website where you can go, you can see the status of the construction project, status of the funding, you can contact any committee head. It's totally interactive for you as the community. This thing will be something that will eventually spin into one of the second strands of our development through the Public Relations Committee, which will be a Jack Jones website, Jack Jones Memorial Complex website, where there'll be everything that is ideally essential to the park itself. Schedules, maybe some baseball standings, softball standings, some different things that are going on up there at the field as it's in full development. Corporate donations literature, we're in the process of developing a piece of a promotional material for the Corporate Donations Committee to be able to take to companies, a professional portfolio where we can solicit not only money but hard goods, if you will, and do that in a professional manner. So that's under development. Organization awareness literature, that's to get the word out to you guys as to what our needs are as we come together. If we need help in the grant writing section of LARA, or what projects may be coming up that fit your gifts and talents. A couple of events that we have coming up here, which should be happening here in the spring. In mid-May, we have joined partnership in an event, hosting of an event with the Sandy Lake Westland Church. They're going to be putting on an event up at the fields called a Free-for-All at the Fields. It's a community event that is going to happen in mid-May. We're looking to, assuming that Scott Lewis can get everything on his end wrapped up, and Scott Cranick can get the construction end wrapped up. We're looking to also parallel that with a groundbreaking ceremony at the site, which should happen mid-May. Back to the you part. If your gifts or somebody you know's gifts, especially if you have a graduate, a recent graduate, or an upcoming graduate, that their interests are some of these things that are on here, this is a great way for them to come alongside professionals in the, whether it be in event planning, creative writing, publishing, videography, photography, anything that deals with marketing, image building. If you have some people going to graphic design for school, this is a great opportunity for them to show their gifts, their talents in a professional manner, build their resume a little bit. We're looking for people to come in and work with the people we have here, bring new exciting things to the program. In closing, one of the reviews of the movie Field of Dreams said this about baseball. It reminds us all of what once was good and what will be again. Baseball's best days seem to be behind it, but the Field of Dreams remind us of how special the game can be. There's magic in that. The we is where the magic comes together. We talked about the extreme makeover. I saw 300 volunteers show up to build a house. I saw over 1,000 volunteers show up to build a community outreach center. So if we start to build it, they will come. Do you have any questions?